The death toll continues to climb from the historic flooding in Texas. The federal government is now stepping in to support the search and rescue efforts.
Plus, we do have a few chances for some light showers and a rumble of thunder this evening. I'll have details coming up soon.
And two separate boat fires on July 4th sent nearly a dozen people to the hospital in Georgia and Alabama.
This is Local 3 News, Weekend Today.
Good morning, Tennessee Valley, and thanks for waking up with us here on Local 3 News Weekend Today. I'm Leah Bowling. The death toll in Texas continues to rise as the state grapples with historic flooding. At least 43 people have been killed, including 15 children, and more rain is on the way. The federal government announced Saturday that they will send in resources to help search and rescue efforts. Maribel Gonzalez reports.
Rushing waters from the Guadalupe River swallowing roads. Its force knocking down trees as central Texas is pummeled by historic rain, triggering flood emergencies.
It was definitely shocking to see it get that high.
The flooding began early Friday. Officials say rain came down so fast that the Guadalupe River rose more than 20 feet in 2 hours.
The event happened very fast. Rose over 20 feet, 30 feet within less than, a 2-hour time span.
Texas officials confirm more than 24 people have died, including several children. Among the victims, 9-year-old Janie Hunt, who was at Camp Mystic when the flooding struck. While many of the campers have been reunited with their families, officials say several girls are still missing from the popular summer camp.
Will be relentless in going after and ensuring that we locate every single person who's been a victim of this flooding event.
Hundreds have been rescued or evacuated since Friday, and many families are still desperately searching for loved ones, including Ty Baden, whose daughter and friends are missing.
We prayed that all 4 of them are still alive.
One of the worst hit areas is in Kerr County. This home swept away by the river. The fierce waters destroying several homes in Kerrville, including Scott Walden's.
Water got up there in the door about this high. And I looked at my wife and it was like, we need to get out of here.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
Meanwhile, back in our area, the weather has been a bit of a different story. It's been hot and sunny. Audrey, I was out on the water yesterday for the holiday weekend and I got so sunburned.
I know. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's going to be super important to, continue to be super cautious about that, wear that sunscreen, especially today too. It'll be 95 for the high, but it'll feel like it's 99 degrees because of that extra humidity in the air. But within the past few hours, we haven't had too much additional activity going on. That'll change a bit in the evening time when we do have a chance for a pop-up shower or two with a possible rumble of thunder. Now, we also do have some areas just with some patchy fog, but it's not looking widespread or anything like that, just in portions of Fannin County and even Cherokee, a little bit of fog there, and also a little bit of fog within portions of Jackson County and Alabama. So just be cautious of that on your early morning commute, especially in higher elevations. And it is a warm start to the day though already. 72 in Chattanooga, 72 degrees in Cleveland. It's 67 right now in Blue Ridge, 70 in Dalton, 70 degrees in Scottsboro, 68 degrees in Altamont. And if you do want to go to the pool today, you can. I suggest going before 5 p.m. though, because 5 p.m. that's when we'll have the chances for some scattered thunderstorms. And I'll be talking more about that timeline coming up soon. Leah.
Thank you so much, Audrey. 7 people were injured when a boat exploded on Georgia's Lake Lanier, located in Hall County, during a 4th of July celebration Friday evening. According to the Georgia Department of Natural Resources, a 23-foot cruiser exploded while it was being towed. Flames were 5 feet high by the time fire crews arrived, but responders were able to extinguish the flames fairly quickly. No word on what caused the explosion yet, but the Hall County Fire Marshal's office is investigating. Of the 7 who were injured, at least 5 were hospitalized for severe burns, including a pediatric patient whose Georgia officials said had to be airlifted. Another boat exploded in Alabama after an illegal fireworks celebration took a dangerous turn on Lake Martin on Friday. A pontoon boat that had been modified into a fireworks platform malfunctioned during the 4th of July display, ending in an onboard explosion. According to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, 6 people were injured and hospitalized. Special agents with the hazardous device unit were able to render the remaining exploded fireworks before they caught fire. As July 4th holiday celebrations continue throughout the weekend, authorities are reminding the public to avoid launching fireworks from boats unless specifically permitted and equipped with proper safety measures, and to avoid firing over crowded areas as embers can land and ignite fires. A detached garage near a Dunlap home was destroyed after a garbage can full of firework debris appears to have reignited Friday night. The Dunlap Police Department said neighbors woke the owners after seeing flames spilling from the garage. Firefighters knocked down the flames before they spread to the main residence. No injuries were reported. Now, here's a good reminder. Everyone is urged to used fireworks with water after setting them off, even ones that seem dysfunctional. Experts say to use more water than you think is necessary. It's better to be safe than sorry. And when we come back on Local 3 News Weekend today, President Trump spent the 4th of July holiday at the White House signing his domestic spending bill. And there's already some backlash, including from a one-time Trump ally. We'll explain when we return. President Trump signed his sweeping domestic tax and spending bill into law on Friday. The president took a victory lap as budget legislation is the president's highest profile win yet. It includes key campaign pledges like no tax on tips or Social Security income. It also includes provisions that will leave millions of Americans without health insurance and access to crucial food assistance programs.
There could be no better birthday present for America than the phenomenal victory we achieved just hours ago when Congress passed the one big, beautiful bill to make America great again.
The president signed the massive bill during 4th of July celebration on the White House lawn. Following the bill's passage into law, protesters around the country gathered to express disapproval of the administration. Despite heavy rain in South Florida, the message was clear. Protesters spoke out against what they described as government outreach and abuse of power, particularly the recent immigration crackdown. Protesters said they will not stay silent and will continue to make noise.
On the 4th of July to do what patriots in this country have always done, which is try to bring us closer to the American ideals. We're seeing in the streets of America something that's very un-American.
The protests also came just after the Trump administration opened the high controversial so-called Alligator Alcatraz detention center in the Everglades this past week. Elon Musk said on Saturday that he's forming a new political party. The tech billionaire threatened to create the America Party if Congress passed and President Donald Trump signed into law his signature domestic policy bill. Musk criticized the legislation, saying the new law will bankrupt the country with wasteful spending. Budget analysts project the new law will add trillions of dollars to the deficit over the next 10 years. Musk said his new party will give people back their freedom, since he believes the country is currently operating as a one-party system and not a democracy. It's unclear what steps Musk has taken to form a new political party.
We do have a few chances for some scattered showers this evening. I'll have more details coming up next.
Nine months after Hurricane Helene swept through Georgia, one of Augusta's historic parks reopened just in time for the holiday weekend. Audrey was at Pendleton King Park for the ceremony.
Waiting for months.
I used to come all the time, and I've come several times since the hurricane, and it wasn't open.
The city of Augusta says the FEMA removal phase has ended, cleaning up more than 3 million tons of storm-related debris. One of the places impacted, Pendleton King Park.
I just had to come. I would come and feed the ducks. I love to go down to the duck pond, and I like to walk in nature. So this was a perfect park for me. But when it's closed, it's been closed a long time.
To some, it's a place to go on a walk, play sports, or go on a picnic. But to others, it's a place where they grew up.
I've actually been coming to this park since I was about 7 years old. So this park holds a lot of fond memories for me. So I'm glad it's still here and thriving. I know at one time they wanted to close it. I'm so glad they didn't. So, because it's a big part of the community.
And continuing to bring other generations too.
Well, I was in my 20s with my kids coming and family members having birthday parties, just regular cookouts, and spend time with each other and just have fun.
But there's still some things that need to be fixed.
There are some cosmetic things that, we're going to be doing. We still need to get adequate fencing around our dog parks, which that's what we'll be working on. But it didn't stop us from at least opening the park.
Some planned improvements include making the park a more accessible, developing an education center, and cleaning up the lake. All right, now let's see what's been going on outside this morning. Local 3's Audrey Shirley is tracking it all. Good morning, Audrey.
Good morning, Leah, and good Sunday morning, everybody. Now, we do have Tropical Storm Chantel that is starting to make its way towards portions of North Carolina. Luckily, this is not going to be impacting the Tennessee Valley negatively. The only thing we could be seeing from this is just some extra humidity from this system, possibly a pop-up shower too. But again, we're not looking at any flash flooding or anything like that because of this system. Now, if you do have friends or family who live out there, you're going to want to make sure that they are in the know about this because it will, of course cause those flash flooding concerns. Now overall today will be another hot day in the Tennessee Valley with some chances just for an evening storm or two, and then we'll have thunderstorm chances all week this week. So within the past few hours we haven't had any rainfall or anything like that, but of course that'll change a little bit as we head into the evening time. So for this morning and for this afternoon, it's going to be mostly clear. We'll have some nice sunshine on the way. Clouds will be on the increase, and around 5 p.m. that's when we'll have a chance for a pop-up shower with a rumble of thunder or two possible. We're not looking at any severe threats with this system though. So again, just some pop-ups on the way are possible. Overnight it's looking fairly quiet, and then for tomorrow morning we're looking again at pretty much a similar day overall, because in the evening time that's when we could again have another pop-up storm or two. Again, no severe weather is expected as of right now. As we head into the evening time, again, going to be on the quieter side headed into tomorrow morning or Tuesday morning. It's currently 72 degrees in the Scenic City, 72 in Cleveland, 68 in Altamont, 67 in Blue Ridge, 70 degrees in Calhoun, 72 degrees in Cleveland. So a warm start to the morning, but it's going to get even warmer. It's going to feel like it's 99 degrees by around 2 p.m. Eastern time this afternoon. So fairly quickly showing up there. As we head into the rest of this evening, it's still going to be on the hotter side too for those feels like temperatures. So that just means we do have some extra humidity in the air. So that's why we're getting that increase in that heat index as we head throughout today. But it'll be 95 degrees for the high overall. Still a bit on the humid side, even though we're getting all that sunshine. It'll be 94 in Cleveland, 91 in Scottsboro, 86 in Altamont, 89 in Blue Ridge, 91 in Murphy, 94 in Lafayette. And for this evening, another warm night overall and a muggy night too. 73 degrees for the low with a chance for a thunderstorm beginning at around 5 p.m. 71 in Cleveland, 68 in Athens. It'll be 69 degrees in Fort Payne, 68 in Altamont, 65 in Blue Ridge, 64 degrees in Murphy. And headed into tomorrow, it'll be another toasty day, guys. 94 for the high, but we will have mostly cloudy skies, so that sun isn't going to be beating down as much. But with that, we're getting some more chances for some scattered thunderstorms in the area. Now today, it'll be just slightly less humid than it was yesterday, but we can see throughout the rest of this week, it's going to increase a little bit towards the end of the week when that humidity starts to bump up a little bit more. Now for the rest of this week, temperature highs are going to be in the 90s, even 95 degrees again for Tuesday with some more sunshine on the way too. Now again, we do have more chances for some scattered thunderstorms every single day this week, and then we'll actually bump back down to 90 on Friday. But hey, 90 is still a pretty hot temperature overall. And so we're looking again at some chances for some scattered thunderstorms as we head throughout this week. And even as we head throughout this evening, the thunderstorm chance is very slim, but we still have that in there too.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty common for summer to see those just pop-up showers like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially the heat, that's super common.
Yep.
We're feeling it. All right, thank you so much, Audrey.